Hi, welcome to part 3 of Develop and Challenge Your Strategy, a case study. As you would have noticed from the first part 1 and 2, what I'm doing here is relating this back to my business so it gives you a real practical way for you to be able to put this in place in your business. Now part 3, really critical. How are you going to win? So we've been through identified what type of company we are, we've identified where we're going to play. Now how are we going to win in that space? And this is really critical obviously because this is your competitive advantage. So what we need to look at and how we're going to win is what are we going to do differently to our competitors? So we identified our competitors and where we're going to play, and what is it that our customers really want or value? And that's something that we need to understand so that we can say, right, we know how customers are, we know how our competitors are, what are we going to do differently to win? Again, relating it back to our business, one of the key things that we see the way that we can win in our area is by providing a very different fee structure and being able to provide both financial and operational expertise because of our finance and operations background. And we feel that's a really strong competitive advantage and gives us a good chance of winning, because when we look at those 3 competitor groups that we spoke of in part 2, being the accounting firms, being the coaches, and being the top tier consultancy firms, we have something different for each of them. So the accounting firms are very good at finance and compliance, but often not so focused on operations. The life coaches and the business coaches typically come from a background of operations, may or may not be qualified in that area, but they have good experience there, but they don't typically come with the finance piece, so they're not able to marry those 2 things together. And then when it comes to the top tier consultancy firms, our fee structure and the way we roll out our programs are designed specifically to fit those mid-tier businesses and those smaller businesses that want to be involved in developing the solution and want to be hands-on and want to be able to do some of the work themselves. What that does is it brings the price down and allows us to deliver things in different ways, including e-learning and other various ways that we can deliver that. We also have a fixed cost model, which means that people won't get bill shock. And I think that's really critical in our industry because it's very easy for costs to blow out, and we don't want that for anyone. So that's how we think we can win. Sit down, work out where your competitive advantages are, and work out how you can win in your market. Thanks.